Hello, I'm Jomika and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program. So, I think today we would like to go back to the moon and make sure we actually plant the flag. We got a little distracted with the terrible landing we had on the moon last time, so I forgot to plant the flag. So while we're on our way, we can collect science data from space around the moon. That will be pretty easy. And that looks like that's it. At least for the moon missions. So let's check out our research and see if there's something we want in here. Don't really need any of that yet. The ladder will be nice. And then we got the rover wheels. Why don't we just go ahead and do that? We'll need it eventually. We can put the ladders on right now. Maybe mech jab would be nice. Not sure if we'll use it or not. Bigger landing struts, aerodynamics. What we got here? Fairings, docking ports, fuel tanks. Smaller engines and fuel tank, mainsail engine. I mean, we don't really need too much of this for this next mission, because I'm going to use basically the same exact ship. So we'll just go ahead and leave that. We'll put the legs, not the legs, the ladder. If we can zoom in here. And let's go ahead. Oh, that's an engine. Well, that's fine. We don't need it. We survived last time. Staging all looks fine. Let's just go ahead and go. Maybe some lights. Just make sure we land on the sunny side. So let's just go ahead and take right off. too far. Don't want to do any kind of spinning around. But the atmosphere is getting much thinner. Switch to orbit. And we'll just set to prograde there. So we may want to point our nose up a little more. Try and straighten out that prograde marker to be more at 90 degrees. So this should bring us right into orbit. Well, almost orbit. It'll bring us into space. I'll just speed up a little bit. And we're in space now. Point right over sideways and burn here. A little far from it, so we'll get a little closer and go to prograde. Into orbit. 89, 93. Looking good. So let's set our target. Oh, those are our satellites. For the moon. And probably around here. Focus the view and adjust this maneuver a little bit, and that should be fine there. So about 800 meters per second. We will start with this. We won't get very far, and then we'll have to change over to this. So maybe we'll start that burn at about a minute. Because I don't remember how long that'll take. Let's just start it early. just point directly at the maneuver node. Should be about perfect. Valentina. I didn't even check before I left. I think last time we had a scientist, so that's kind of where all our troubles began. This one should be much easier. We can hold prograde and all of that. Our landing will hopefully be a lot better than last time. Valentina can plant a flag, get some more experience. And make future flights even easier. Plenty of fuel left in that stage. Switched over to our satellite relay. A different one. Not that we really need it. Okay, and let's just bring this in a little bit closer. That should be fine there. And while we're at it, let's make sure we don't forget to do our solar panels. Probably should have done it a little bit ago, but we have plenty of electric charge. Could probably make it without them, but just to be safe. Quick save, and let's warp out here. And just to make sure, oh, so we need to dock 2 vessels. We did the rendezvous. We need to make sure we plant the flag and transmit or recover science data from around the moon. Let's just speed that up manually. I guess I have to wait. There we go. And let's just take a crew report and we'll transmit that. We have no communications, so we will have to bring it back. Let's warp out here. Actually, before we do that, let's add a maneuver. Just bring us into orbit. And that'll be a 44-second burn, so we'll bring it down to 20 seconds or so. Okay, and we'll point retrograde. It'd be nice to land like right here. I forgot to start that burn. No problem. I should still be able to land right around here. So let's put a landing gear out now. Don't need it yet, but got plenty of time. And let's warp to about there. Make sure we're still pointing retrograde. And let's just go ahead and slow down now. Switch to surface. And we'll ditch that and start the stage. And then gravity will turn us to point down towards the moon's surface, and we can just kind of wait a little bit. And we would want to time the burn to do like a suicide burn. Just wait until we get as low as we can. But it's safer to start earlier. And we got plenty of fuel, so we can go ahead and start now just to make sure. Last thing we want is to start our burn too late, and then we can't slow down fast enough and we crash into the surface. So we're about 1,000. I don't see a shadow anywhere. Alright, so let's take a crew report. We'll overwrite that. We're in the Midlands. So we're in a new biome. We can collect all this data. And we'll just do 2. Doesn't really matter. We'll keep that. So let's retract the solar panel, and then we will EVA out. We'll take a surface sample, an EVA report, and we will let go. And let's go a little bit back. Review report. This is the Midlands. Was it? Yes. Plant flag. Our second landing, since we forgot to do it the first time. And we will go ahead and board the ship. And grab and board. We'll extend that out. Let's see where we are. We're perfect, so we basically just want to go straight up. Save that. And plant flag on moon. And this other one we should get when we get back home. So we can close that out. And we'll just take off, point directly up. And we'll just keep going that way until we escape the pull of the moon. Plenty of fuel remaining. Cannot see anymore. So 45. And we can bring that in. We still have a whole fuel tank left. And let's time warp out of here. And while we're at it, let's collect all the experiments. And nothing there. So let's time warp again. And let's point retrograde. We'll just burn off our extra fuel when we get closer to the atmosphere. Right about here. And let's well, that's, I guess we won't use that, not that we really need it, but fuel. And we can ditch this. Went retrograde again. Let's retract the solar panels. And slow down our speed some more. Surprised I didn't lose any solar panels. Don't really need them, but we'll get a few extra dollars. Speed up some more. Are slowing down with this, and we can get rid of that. And then we'll wait until we're close enough. And then we can deploy our parachutes. So we can deploy our parachutes now. We're still really high, so we can wait. And we can just go ahead and do it now. Speed up again to about 1,000 meters. Slow down, let it expand fully. We can turn off stability assist. And continue our time warp until we hit the surface. Let's take some data. We're in the desert, so we will do all of our experiments that we can. EVA report, take surface samples, and board. Recover our vessel, and we should complete both of those missions. So 425 more science earned. Advance to level 2. We initiated our first flyby of the sun. Okay. We completed plant flag on moon. I don't think. Yeah, we didn't do that because we replaced the science. The crew report that we collected from around space, we replaced with a crew report from the surface of the moon. But that's okay. We will eventually send a couple satellites, probably 3, and set them up in orbit around the same sort of thing we did around Kerbal. Just so we always have a connection to the moon. And they want me to change one of the satellites into this orbit, but I don't think we'll do that. So next time, maybe we'll send some satellites, maybe we'll go to Minmus. I saw a plant flag on Minmus mission. Maybe we can do that, make sure we don't forget this time. But that'll do it for today's episode. Thank you for joining me. I will see you guys next time.